Hi there everyone, Steven here, and today we're going to be discussing how Kurapika will likely die on the Black Whale. To catch you up on the basics, assuming you've been following Hunterxhunter, the Black Whale is a ship on an expedition voyage to the Dark Continent, a place full of monsters and mystery, all the while playing host to a deadly game of Kodoku by the royal princes of Kakin. Kurapika has joined this voyage in order to find the man who purchased the eyes of his clan members, thus necessitating their murder, and avenge his lost family. He's the protagonist of this particular arc in the story, or so Togashi would like us to think. Togashi is a master of subverting expectations, and I think he has one particular surprise in store for us. I think Kurapika is going to die. Before I continue, please fulfill this NEN contract, like, share, and subscribe, and like Marina Prudo's ability, you too will gain access to NEN. For every like you get a point, for subscribing, 50 points. Coming back to our discussion, this is the reason I think Kurapika is going to die. The Kakin Kodoku ritual. Kodoku is a sorcery practice where several poisonous bugs are put in a jar, forcing them against each other. And whichever bug emerges victorious, supposedly, has the greatest poison. In the Kakin succession ritual, 14 Kakin princes are put in a sort of jar, the boat, and forced to kill each other using their nen beasts and whatever else they have available. And by the end of it, one will be the next Kakin king. Try saying that 3 times. I'm planning to make a video going more in depth on what I think will happen here. But for now, let's focus on Kurapika and his killer, the second Prince Camilla. In Kakin, a prince is a term that could be used for a man or a woman, and Prince Camilla already has a leg up in the succession ritual. She's already a talented nen user and has a deadly ability, Cat with a Million Lives. This nen ability allows her to, when killed, summon a powerful nen beast that kills her killer and uses their life force to revive her. It seems to be capable of affecting multiple targets, but obviously when you're in a murder contest, the ability to revive after being killed while killing your killer seems pretty unbeatable. But there's a caveat. She only gets the remaining life force that her killer had. So if her killer was going to live for 20 years, she would get another 20 years of life. If her killer was going to live for 100 years, she'd get 100 years of life. So, seemingly, she's unbeatable. She can't even be kept out of the contest by chopping her limbs off and keeping her alive, because it's a requirement to fight to the death. The only 3 possibilities of her actually dying seem to be 1. Someone being strong enough to resist her nen. This seems almost impossible, as nen gained through death conditions is basically the strongest type of nen you can get. 2. Someone throws her off the boat. We know anyone attempting to leave the boat is torn apart by several phantom hands, and because those hands seem to be the result of the ritual itself and not a living person, she could be killed if she was made to leave the boat early. However, we don't know if someone doing the throwing would be counted as a killer and activate her ability. 3. She kills someone with only seconds to live. Kurapika's special ability, Emperor Time, gives him the ability to transcend his limits and use powerful nen abilities, but these abilities are mostly restricted to the Phantom Troop, the ones who actually killed his clan. He might not even be able to use them on the one who ordered them, and that's a different prince entirely, the cruel and dangerous Prince Seterini. Something like that. Kurapika's ability allows him to go toe-to-toe with those superior to him in strength and ability, but it comes at a cost. Every time he uses Emperor Time, he burns his lifespan. You can probably see where I'm going with this. For every second that Kurapika has Emperor Time active, he loses an hour of lifespan. In a dangerous murder contest where he can't use most of his powerful abilities on non-Phantom Troop members, he's going to have to rely on superior nen affinity, which he can only use because of, you guessed it, Emperor Time. Using Emperor Time for an hour would be equivalent to 3,600 hours, or 20 weeks of life. A whole day would likely cost him around 10 years of his life. And he's been using this ability on and off for a while now. He also has to protect Prince Wobble, a baby incapable of really using his Nen Beast. Here's how I think Kurapika's death will play out. Having lost the other members of the Phantom Troop and realizing his mistakes, Crollo makes the unlikely choice to grant Kurapika a boon out of spite for his former employer. He names Prince Seterinig a Phantom Troop member, thus opening up the monstrously talented prince to Kurapika's full abilities, forcing a fight that takes Kurapika, who's already used his abilities for over a week, to his limit. The clash results, barely, in Seterinig's death, and Kurapika, on his last legs, stumbles back to Prince Wobble. Prince Camilla, running into Kurapika, decides to get rid of the last bodyguard standing between her and the final prince. That's when she allows an opening, and Kurapika, understanding her Nen ability, takes it. She gloats as she lays dying, explaining how he's going to die and give her the title of king. Kurapika, as the cat's hands hover over him, corrects her. He only had 10 seconds left to live. Waking back up, Prince Camilla is desperate. She begs her subordinates, someone, to kill her. Everyone there already understands how her ability works, and the last 10 seconds of her life is frantically spent trying to die, to no avail. Then, after Prince Camilla dies, everyone turns and bows to Prince Wobble, the winner of the succession contest and the new Kakin king. Kurapika, in his final moments, utilized his Nen ability's penultimate restriction to take out the last prince standing in Prince Wobble's way. Not to kill, but to protect. It's tragic, but it does come full circle in allowing both a seemingly unbeatable Nen user to be defeated, and it would be a clever use of Kurapika's restrictions to overcome another Nen user. Well, that's been my video. It's been a theory I've had on my mind for a while, ever since I found out about Camilla's ability and kind of connected the dots. Thank you all for taking the time. My plan with this channel is to make a new piece of content every week for 248 weeks. I'll explain that in a later video, but thank you all for taking the time to watch this. Have fun, stay safe, and have a great day. Eyes of his clan members, thus necessitating. Kurapika's died already.